Welcome to beautiful Bali, the island of the gods, host to some magnificent sea temples. This Indonesian jewel is surrounded by coral reefs and tropical beaches. It's breathtaking and exotic. Its natural beauty and vivid colours are striking. Surfers visit this island for its legendary swells, hikers to trek up incredible volcanic peaks and explore jaw-dropping waterfalls, and cyclists to bike through the lush greenery dotted with traditional villages. Hello, I'm Paul Hand, and greetings badminton fans to the Bali International Convention Centre Westin Resort in Nusa Dua, where the badminton family are based for the 3 successive Asian leg tournaments. It's day 5 of the Indonesia Open, which sees semi-final Saturdays unfold in this Bali Badminton Festival. We're drilling down to the business end of things now on finals weekend, and the BWF World Tour 3rd prestigious Super 1000 level event is loaded with top international stars in the draws, throwing up plenty of appetizing semi-final matchups. Following the 6-week European swing, our 3-week Europe Bali Bash hosts last week's Indonesia Masters, this week's Indonesia Open. Since 2018, it became one of only 3 tournaments to be granted Super 1000 level status. Then to round out the season, the HSBC BWF World Tour finals for the world's top 8 players and pairs. Athletes here competing for valuable ranking points with this last roll of the dice as the only World Tour event remaining on the season to qualify for the exclusive climatic finale. Here is semi-final Saturday's order of play on Show Court 1. We're getting underway with the first of our 2 top 10 women's singles, the top seed slayer Chochuwong. How much will she have in the tank against last week's Indonesia Masters champion Seyoung? The Korean, the talk of the town, hasn't dropped a game in 8 matches here in Bali and has beaten the Thai twice already this season. In match 2, a mixed doubles repeat of last week's semi-final, featuring the top seeds Pwavarnukroh and TotalEnergies against KOR and Seyoung. The Thais sneaked past the Koreans and went on to take the title last week. Then our juicy second top 10 women's singles sees familiar foes reacquaint for an 11th time. Intanon seems to be relaxed and resurgent and leads the head-to-head 6-4 over imposing Indian PV Sindhu. And our second mixed doubles semi-final features 3rd seeds Watanabe and Higashino, who sit at the summit on the World Tour rankings today, seeking a handful of successive wins over rampant Danes Christiansen and Boyle, who themselves crushed the 2nd seeds Jordan and Octavianti to get here. Following that, we've an all-seeded women's doubles semi-final featuring the reigning Olympic champions and 2nd seeds Polly and Rahayu. They normally get the better of the Thai 3rd seeds Kitty Harakan and Prajongjai. And then to round out semi-final Saturday, we've a 2nd women's doubles, both men's doubles and both men's singles semi-finals as well. So first up then, it's our 10-match bonanza is the Thai-Korean women's singles from the top half of the draw sheet, featuring Pornpawee Chochuwong, world number 10 and 5th seed, against the world number 6 Seyoung. There's the draw sheet. That's how the land lies. Pusala v Sindhu will be taking on Ratchanok Intanon. That'll be our 3rd feature match on Show Court 1. But first up, from the very top semi-final in the women's singles draw, we can bring you Pornpawee Chochuwong, the 5th seed, against the 4th seed Seyoung. Third meeting between these two. Our court officials are ready and poised. Lions judges just taking to their positions. We're all ready to rock and roll on the finals weekend here in Bali of the Indonesia Open. So much to bring you, so much to look forward to. It's like being a child at Christmas, isn't it? Or an adult.
Please welcome Pornpawee Chochuwong, Thailand.
Oh, she caused carnage in the women's singles draw yesterday, downing the world number 3, former world number 1, and top seed here, Akane Yamaguchi. It's Pornpawee Chochuwong from Thailand. What a tournament she's having. Quarter-finalist last week. She's gone one better this week. Unblemished in Bali is Seyoung, playing some unbelievable badminton. 8-match wins, no games conceded. titleist last week in the Indonesia Masters. Barely put a foot wrong.
Good luck. Come for toss. This is black. This is red. Who will ask? Black. You are the toss choice. See student. So.
Well, kind of Seyoung, wasn't it, to offer the choice to Chochuwong, who elected to serve by her gesture. So she wants the near end, the Korean, seemingly. Well, the tie is at 1 in the race on the World Tour rankings. It's going to be a tough ask today, though, for this 23-year-old from Seyoung. Playing a young lady 4 years her junior. Off of her career high ranking is Pornpawee, having breached the top 10 a while ago now. And she's been playing some really consistent badminton, and that was a terrific scalp yesterday, wasn't it? It's been a long time coming. She was trailing 5-3 head-to-head to Yamaguchi coming in, and well, she was masterful mentally. Had to work very, very hard, kept persistently pushing for every point, really testing her own physical limits after a stretch of tough matches to get here. Her opponent, and Seyoung, already so decorated. 19 years of age, off a career high ranking herself at 6th in the world. She's contested 37 matches this year, only lost 7 and won 30. That's her route through. Took out Pornpawee Chochuwong, compatriot and friend of Pornpawee yesterday in no nonsense either. Just over half an hour required there, 13 and 11, and she's been mercenary. Look, all the way through the tournament. So tough to contest against. She looks very, very confident. Ajendra Rai is our umpire. And Ardi Jamari Anto from Indonesia, the service judge. So, Seyoung last week winning her second 750 level event since the French Open title in 2019. She's had 5 titles from 8 finals in the last 12 months. Third time lucky for the lady in red, with victory over Yamaguchi in the title decider last week, 17 and 19. She was elated. First title since the Gwangju Career Masters in 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Seyoung, Korea. And on my left, Pornpawee Chochuwong, Thailand. Pornpawee Chochuwong Seoul, Lavol, play.
First of the women's singles semi-finals then, from the Indonesia Open. You're in the company of Paul Hand. Great to have you along. Can Pornpawee today do something she's never done before and take a game off of the 4th seed from Korea?
Service to 1.
Koreans had 2 victories over Chochuwong already this year. Sudirman Cup finals and the Toyota Thailand Open quarterfinals as well. Super tight, straight net shot from Chochuwong. Top draw. Good start from her. wonderfully controlled point from the Korean, who of course has been very, very energy efficient to get here. Chochuwong has had a couple of 3-game matches, and of course with that titanic struggle yesterday against the top seed, I guess the question is, what does she have left in the legs? Wonderful length there, deep into the forehand corner of the Korean. Post-match interview yesterday, Pornpawee was saying against the Japanese, over the Japanese winner, today I felt good, she said. Relieved look on her face. I kept fighting for each shot. I was trying not to worry too much because each shot I played, she was getting them back, as she always does. Persistence was the key to breaking down Yamaguchi's game, she said. Of course, the Japanese have been on an incredible scoop, hadn't she? Recent title winner in the Yonex French Open and the Victor Denmark Open as well, plus making the final of last week's event here. The key was to be patient, said Chochuwong. My style is to push the shuttles into all 4 corners of the court, and I was making her really work for it. I had to keep up my game plan throughout, she said. I had to keep pushing for her to play into my plan. The words of the Thai after her terrific win yesterday, downing the top seed. Chochuwong had a reasonable European swing, round of 16 at the High-Low Open, not her best showing. 2 quarterfinals, the French Open, Denmark Open as well. Oh, blistering. Wonderful straight smash. Pleased with that. So she was in a really good place mentally. She said she really quite enjoyed the challenge against Akane Yamaguchi, where others seem to get sort of threatened and quite sort of ratty that the shuttle just keeps on coming back. She was patient and persistent. Really good place in her mind. She'll need that today as well. Oh! Just missed.
6-5.
Well, I don't know about you viewers, but and Seyoung just seems to be a lot more confident and more purposeful in the way that she moves around the venue, and certainly on the match court these days as well. That's a good leave. Yeah, what I'm trying to say, I guess, is she's got a lot more stage presence, hasn't she?
7-6.
Where when she first broke onto the scene, I remember her first title that I called down at the Super 300 New Zealand Open in April 2019. She was quite coy and almost a little nervous about being there. Of course, that's natural, but she's really grown into her form. Terrific cross net there from Chochuwong. That was super tight as well, wasn't it? Top point. Wonderfully blended attack from Chochuwong again.
7.
It's all been very well measured from the tie so far. Oh, yes.
9-7.
Yeah, so quick to close that down, wasn't she?
Service over 8-9. In the shuttle.
Well, that was the longest rally of the match so far, 22 shots. Just snuck that one inside the back line.
Nine all.
Realises she's got to be a little bit more proactive, and Seyoung. Super close.
Service over
Chochuwong there,
10-9.
reading the play nicely. Yeah, saw her opponent was in trouble and sprinted forwards quickly. Brilliant, absolutely
11-9
brilliant from Chochuwong,
interval.
and she'll be really elated with the opening passages of play. Gets to the mid-game interval, the tie in front, 11 points to 9.
เขาเร่งถ้าเขาเร่งเราทำไงสี่มุมหน้าขาเร็วหน่อยนะอันนี้ขาเอื้อมรับเขาบุกแค่หน้าตัวเขาบุกมาเพื่ออะไรมาเร่งข้างหน้าต้องไหม
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Just back to your chairs. Good.
You see how you the game.
Good. Enough.
Well, she'll be delighted the way that these first 20 points have unravelled.
11-9. Play.
Can she keep her foot to the floor and keep this tireless teen at bay? Found it. Perfectly struck.
Service over 10-11. Service over 12-10.
Just missing the back line there, Chochuwong.
Service over, 11-12.
But having watched Seyoung over the years, since she broke onto the scene internationally, you can see that she's packed on a little bit more muscle. She was lean and sinewy, and she still is, but she's more powerful now. She's got more to her game, more attacks in her armory, you think, added. That's brilliant from Chochuwong. And a little grimace there from Seyoung. She knew she should have put that one to bed. But you have to credit the Thai here. Look how alert she was there with that forehand defense. A puffing of the cheeks and a shake of the head. She'll have to let that one go. I need to bring a little more right now. Yeah, that's a great call. I thought it was going. And Chochuwong was very, very focused there to let that drop. I'm with her. I think that one did miss, you know. The Korean has other ideas. She wants to get it checked.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 14-11 play.
Now she's under the pump here, Seyoung. How will she respond? Oh, that's only just missed, you know. Perfect judgment from the Korean.
Service over, 12-14.
That was a lovely shot there, wasn't it? And the net lift away, an inch or so out. Wonderful.
13-14.
Good pace from Chochuwong.
Service over, 15-13.
Just enough in her attack there to keep the upper hand. Really good. Both playing off career high rankings. She's #1 in the race on the World Tour rankings. And Seyoung #7. Oh, that's class. Only 4 world ranking spots separate these two. #6 in your picture playing the #10. It was always going to be tight coming in, wasn't it? But it's tough to see past the Korean at this stage with all that she's done here. 8 match wins in a row without dropping a game is quite something. Wonderful. Korean down, springs back up keenly, as all 19-year-olds seem to. That was just a wonderful strike from Chochuwong.
Thank you.
And it puts her within 5 points of taking a game, something she's never done before.
Play.
Brilliant. She's playing
17-14.
terrific badminton right now. Is Pornpawee Chochuwong. She's got the measure of the Korean at the moment. There's a real silence around here locally. People disbelieving what they're seeing. Well, that's what we're familiar with seeing, aren't we? When you attack cross court against Seyoung, she's normally very, very dangerous in response to angles oncoming. Too cute there as well.
16,
so
17.
Just a couple of errors coming now from Chochuwong.
Get ready to go. Get ready to go.
Yeah, always chasing that shuttle there. Didn't quite get behind it. 17 all. A flurry of 3 consecutive points then for the lady in red.
(18-17).
Korean, full of patience and precision, teasing out error from Chochuwong. Suddenly, she breaks to the front to Seyoung.
(19-17).
A handful of Korean points consecutively then. Just a mark of her quality, fist pumping, really enjoying this challenge. Made it just inside the line. She was obscured by the net tape.
Service over 18-19.
Really good point in response from Pornpawee Chochuwong. Great hustling from Seyoung, but unable to contain this. What a barrage coming down from the other side of the net. So stopping the run of points at 5 for the Korean. Can she rebuild here? They were at deadlock until 9-all in this opening game, and then the Thai was leading the way all the way until recently. Good leave.
Service over 20. Game point 80.
Super tight
Service
straight
over.
net shot from
19,
Chochuwong.
20.
She's still in this game, having saved 1 game point there. Can she do so again on her own serve? Played the big points so well yesterday against Takane Yamaguchi. No sense of panic.
Service fault call. Too high. Game.
Can you believe it? Service fault called, and
Last
that
game on by
Untimely from Thai fans' perspective. It's Seyoung who takes another big step towards the trophy, securing game one after 21 minutes, 21 points to 19. Korean halfway home already.
You control because you difficult side. But now come this side, now you can clear, no need to can punch it. Yeah. So that's how clear the speed. That's how she easy. Now you can punch two it. And also second side she touch it up. Hinder. Touch it.
ทางง่ายมากเขาไม่หนีเขาไม่ติดแต่เราบีบไปเองนะทีนี้ตีโอเคแต่เพิ่มจังหวะออกมาบุกหน่อยนะแต่ไม่ได้บุกก็บุกบีบเองห่วยนะตอนนี้ข้างหลังเราเดินดีช้าถ้าไม่มีจังหวะไม่มีโอกาสได้แต่ต้องหาจังหวะจังหวะเปลี่ยนสปีดยังไงทำไม
20 seconds.
Well, you'll imagine she'll be wounded a little from that, having led most of the way in that opening game. Pornpawee Chochuwong, she was 17-14 up, really looking good, just 4 points from snatching it herself. And then suddenly a rush of 5 consecutive points from the lady at the top of your picture in red. Here we go then, start of game 2, Anne with a game under her belt.
One low.
21 shot rally.
Too low.
Well, the mountain's gradient for Chochuwong just considerably steeper. Having been in such a positive situation, suddenly now she's climbing uphill very much.
Don't delay the game.
Yeah, another error comes. The Koreans' game just so up together right now, isn't it? Just so tough to break her down. She frustrates her opponent, playing such a secure game herself. And in the end, that's what happens on a fairly regular basis to her opponents. They just force the play.
Warning for misconduct for delaying the game.
Yeah, well, it was coming, wasn't it? She's been spoken to a couple of points ago. Just stalling a little too long, Chochuwong. The card is out. Well, Well, that's going to be like acid to a wound, isn't it, for the Thai athlete, as that one lands plumb on the line. It's another consecutive point for Seyoung. Starting to feel the heat in those legs, you'd imagine, right now. You know, given what she's gone through all tournament, couple of 3-gamers, and then the long one yesterday against Yamaguchi. Hour and 12 minutes that was. Her match prior against Kunjun took an hour out on court 2 as well. That would have taken it out of her. From Thai. Sort of is kind of sort of here on
scoreboard pressure and past match pressure as well. Start to doubt. Oh, she's impressive, isn't she? There's
been no let up from Seyoung. That is so disciplined. Just having a good look at her right now, at how good she is at front running, and well, the scoreboard suggests exactly how well she's doing in that regard. Brilliant from Chochuwong. Explosive movement, much needed point.
1-8.
Playing against the Korean in uncharitable mood. That was terrific. Well, it's been rock solid, hasn't it? The Korean. She's been vault-like and precise. Very high caliber from the 4th seed. The bedrock of her game, foot speed and an uncanny ability to read the shuttle milliseconds faster than most. She's definitely in charge, isn't she, right now? Chochuwong right up against it. It's an impenetrable wall of red, seemingly, and in the mind of the Thai, that'll just be a thankless task right now. She's got it all to do, has Chochuwong. She trails 2-11 in game 2.
เหมือนคนกำลังจะตายนะอาการเราเอาอะไรไปตีอ่ะไม่ต้องพูดถึงตีแบตเลยก็เราอย่างนี้อยู่จะทำไงอ่ะถ้ามันไม่ไหวมันจะไม่ตาย
20 seconds. Coaches, back to your chair. Good.
Your hand more free now.
Coaches, back to your chair. Yes, back on, good. Play.
Well done.
Service over.
A little shaft of light for Chochuwong. Well, whatever happens, and she's ever gracious, it's been a good week for her, even if she were to go down here. Still a lot of badminton to be played, of course, but outdoing last week's quarter-final effort, here she is in the last 4. Well done. Winning the flat hard drive.
11.
Body attack contest.
Five, 11.
Surprised she doesn't want a challenge there.
12, 5. Is all okay?
Let's have a look. Oh, fabulous. Really good straight smash from Chochuwong and much
Service
needed.
over. 6, 12.
She's giving her all, isn't she, to just try and haul this back to neutral. Chunking the task down into bite-sized goals, you'd imagine. Oh, wonderful reverse slice. She's pleased with that as well. A little roar and
13,
both arms
6.
in the air. It's refreshing, isn't it? She's only 19. Sort of a very young, youthful reaction. Lovely to see. Watch this. Oh, didn't quite get it. Let's have a look. Here she goes. Young at heart. Good ambassador for the game.
Service over. 7, 13. 8-30.
Well, a rare net error from
9
the Korean.
30.
Oh, that's gone. That's a shame because she'd won 6 out of the last 8 points, Chochuwong, and was working very hard to get back into this contest.
Service over 10-40.
Well, there's been a few errors creeping into the Koreans' game, hasn't there? Although, of course, her prime asset just gobbling up court with those explosive legs. Moves so well, and that enables her to fall back onto sort of her default setting of solidity and consistency when she chooses. We saw that at the sharp end of game 1, didn't we, where she had that flurry of 5 points in a row from 14-17 down.
Service over 15-10.
A little annoyed stamp on the floor from the Thai athlete as this one spills long over the back line. Oh, she almost made that, you know. Wasn't far off. 25 shot rally.
Thank you.
Equating with the other 25 shot rally that we had as the longest in the match. Well, the Thai desperate to come wheel spinning back into this, but it's easy to say, but anything but to do in reality. Brilliant. Really patiently engineered from Chochuwong. That was a
15.
excellent point, and given the scoreboard situation as well, very, very well played. Such precision.
It's okay now?
You've got to commend her tenacity, having been love 8 down in game 2. She's really done very well to get within 3 points now.
Play.
Thought back then that the Korean might cut her adrift. Not so. And Seyoung salutes her good work with a high fist pump with her left arm. And this the longest rally by far, 32 shots. Brilliant close.
Service over. 13-16. Play on.
Umpire's being very firm today. Not allowed to step off stage. Chochuwong, she gestured that she wanted to just quickly towel down, but denied. Brilliant from Seyoung. Now that's a little bit more proactive. Fabulous. She's got that one as well. Much better.
Pornpawee challenges called in.
She goes through these phases, doesn't she, Seyoung, where she can really, really turn the screw. But it's normally when she's just that little bit more positive-minded and not just relying on her defence. And it's good to see, because that really is the stage in her evolvement that's going to enable her to contest against, well, the very best in the game. She's 6th in the world right now, and she's not far off that, of course. But, you know, I think one day she will be a world #1, but she does need to somehow ramp up that aggression on a more regular basis. We saw at the beginning of the year in the Asian swing in Thailand that Carolina Marin sort of was pushing her around quite a bit. On court, that is. Another wonderful point for An.
Service over. 14-19.
Glorious.
How to put this? 15-19.
Thumbs up from Seyoung, that's nice. Let's see it again. It's a glorious point from the tie, wasn't it?
Let's back on court.
Yeah, well struck.
Sixteen, 19. 70-19. Change the shuttle.
How does she get that back? And that. Not that, though. Brilliant from Chochuwong, keeping the pressure on.
18-19.
Having to bring her very best right now. And boy, is she delivering. Quality has just gone through the roof. Great idea to go back behind right there, wasn't it?
Thank you. Back on board.
Five consecutive points then for Chochuwong, the world number 10, isn't done with this scrap yet. She wants more. It's a massive push from this 23-year-old in white. Yeah, it was the shot before, wasn't it? The deceptive brilliance off the backhand from Seyoung.
Service over 20, match point 18.
Pleased with herself after that. Really nice reaction. Just breaking the momentum bubble that the Thai athlete had engineered. Now, can she get across the line?
Service over 19-20. Game.
Chochuwong can't believe she's missed it. But Seyoung, the fourth seed from Korea, bulldozes in Bali. She's going to take some stopping on that kind of form. She's got the Badminton World purring long ago, but she delivers again. A ninth straight game win for the Korean.
21-19.
She's pleased with herself, so she should be. A terrific victory for her, and she marches on to Sunday's title decider. Stopped the run of points for the Thai athlete at the back end of game 2, having raced out to an 8-love lead in it. Lost her way momentarily, but it was a good scrap from Chochuwong. In the end, a little frustrated with that last match point, having saved one of them, unable to save a second. So victory goes to Seyoung, the 19-year-old Korean. Comes through with a pair of 19s. After 50 minutes exactly, she marches on to tomorrow's final. Next up, it's the top seeds in the mixed doubles, Parvanukro and Teratanachai, who take on the Koreans, KOR and Eom. Don't go too far. Welcome back to Semi-Final Saturday. Just confirmation of the match that we just witnessed, the first of our women's singles top 10 semi-finals. 50 minutes required for the 4th seed and Seyoung of Korea to come through. 21-19, 21-19 against Pornpawee Chochuwong, the 5th seed out. Pavranuko and TotalEnergies, well, this one is a repeat of last week's semi-final. Top seeds take on KOR and Ko Sung-hyun and